What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean, and welcome to the second part of building this horror shrine up. Very excited about this. As a lot of you know, this has been a big change in the game room, one that I've been really looking forward to, and in this episode we're actually going to see it done. It's going to be built. I got the drill ready to go. Going to be removing some shells, resizing some things, and getting these games onto the actual shrine itself. So sit back and relax. Let's build this thing up. Alright guys, so before we get started, I will say if you want to show off some of your game room pictures or changes that you've done, make sure to check out that Discord server I started up. The link to that is in the description, as well as I have officially started an actual Facebook page, which is crazy. A lot of people wanted me to do that. I'm new to it, so any tips and tricks are always appreciated, but I'll leave the links to both of those in the description. Great place to post your pickups, your finds, or if you just got questions, that's the place to do it. So this is not all the games. I actually got to pull these down because I obviously got to remove the shelves, but there's more games that I am going to add, hopefully, as long as I got the room for this, because I really don't want these games sitting on the shelf like that. I mean, that would just kind of be lame. I want them displayed to where you can see them, so I may have to be selective on the games that I choose, but we'll kind of go with the rhythm as we move here, because I don't know how much room I'm going to be able to work with this shrine. I got all the way from the top down to the bottom. So let me pull these games, and then I guess in all reality I'm gonna remove every shelf except for the very bottom one, because I want one higher than the rest, because I'm gonna have some things that are taller than your standard like Sega Saturn game. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what we're looking like. Alright guys, so I just got done taking all these shelves off. It looks weird because I'm kind of sitting on the floor here. All except this bottom shelf right here. I'm going to get some stucco putty, fill in these holes, because these shelves are going to be different spaced now. And a lot of people always ask me whenever I was building the game, how do you space your shelving? And it's really kind of simple. I don't use a ruler. I don't have to. I can, as long as the first one's level, which this one is, or whichever shelf I started on, I space it with the game and go from there, and then across. It's going to be the same as like my Xbox or PlayStation 2 shelves. It's going to be that same distance. This bottom one though is not. I'm going to space these from the top down, and I'm going to have a big shelf here on the bottom for bigger things. Like for example, this Resident Evil the sealed toy right here. This thing is awesome, but it's huge. It's bigger than a Sega Saturn game, but this shelf is also going to accompany those. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do with all these Game Boy games. I have, if you look down here, this bag is completely full of Game Gear games. Each one of these boxes contains either GBA, Game Boy Color, or original Game Boy games, all the way these 3 or 4 boxes. So I got to figure out what to do with those. Game Boy, it's a system that I like collecting for. It's one that doesn't bother me one bit, so I definitely want to hold on to them. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. Worst comes to worst, they'll have to sit on this shelf in the meantime until I figure out a good spot for them. They don't take up a lot of room. It's just I want them somewhere that would be nice. So with that said, the next step is for me to get all these shelves up, and then the best, most fun part, and that is actually building it, or not building it, but putting it together, putting all the stuff on there, and just kind of design it. That's always been the most fun to me. So the next cut you're going to see is all the shelving, which I got all over here, and these are just custom shelves. Everybody knows that I built my game room from scratch. I built this. I mean, every shelf in here was the only way. I mean, I can't put IKEA shelving in here. I would have no room for what I was able to fit in here. It had to be custom. Very simplistic. These are just your standard decking boards with L brackets and screws. I mean, it doesn't take much. If you can pull the trigger on a hairdryer, you can pull the trigger on a circular saw. Measure 4 or 5 times, cut once, and you're good to go. I've been doing stuff like this, on and off, like very basic for a while, so it's somewhat natural. I'm not the best. My stuff's not even. It's not perfect, but hey, it works for me. So anyways, let's go ahead and cut over to the next shot of all these shelves being put up. Alright guys, so you know how I say this is the most fun part, is like being able to add additions to your game room. I'm having a blast. Like, the creative juices are flowing. And so I thought it was just going to be these shelves, all the way down, but I got a bigger image in my head now. I've had people say, like, why don't you get rid of all your, DS stuff and whatnot? And well, I love collecting, and I'm not going to get rid of it. But what I'm going to do, especially because I hate the way these shelves no longer line up, have the shrine be catty-cornered around. I think, because I'm going to end up with an extra board that should be perfect to raise these boards up in line with those. I wish I had straight brackets so I can just put them together that way, but I'm going to have to just line it up the best I can. And then it'll be caddy. This is gonna be delicious. I'm telling you, the caddy cornered shrine. I may have to do something with the that Game Boy display up there. Maybe get rid of that aperture banner and move that up. I don't know. We're gonna have to get there, but oh man, it's turning into more work. But it's turning. This is gonna be fun. I'm telling you, this is gonna look so good when it's done. So, anyways, let's get to it. Alright, guys, it is. I'm telling you, it's all coming together perfectly in my head. So I took all the DS and PSP games down, not getting rid of them. We're just going to move them to a different spot. I'm going to raise this board, match it with this one. That way it's catty cornered for 4 shelves down. The 5th one won't have one, but that's okay because I got those boxed consoles right there, so they'll get in the way anyways. I got the strongest feeling. Not only is this shrine going to look amazing, but it's going to help me consolidate a lot of stuff. It's going to make it look a lot better in here, especially in this corner. So the next step you're going to see is when I get all these catty cornered up, and you'll see how the shelves will look and how the shrine is starting to take shape. Alright guys, you cannot tell me this isn't looking awesome. I love this catty corner style of design. This is going to work perfectly for the shrine. It's not perfect. I don't have any straight brackets to fully attach these, but everything's level enough, and the next step is to put things on this shelf. This is, to me, the best part of building something like this is designing it and putting the things on and just decorating. This is what I'm having the most fun doing. So the next shot you're going to see is going to be the actual shrine set up. As far as the DS games go, I don't know where I'm going to put those. I'm probably going to reorganize this down tomorrow, but that'll be another video. I just want to work on getting this shrine up and running. So let's see what we can do here. Alright guys, I'm so happy about this. This looks so good to me. Now, before anybody says anything, I know I don't have Resident Evil 2 for the N64 up here. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this game room. This game room's a mess after this new renovation, and I will find it once I clean everything up. But that is one game up here that's missing. I wasn't able to fit some of the things on here that I wanted, just for the fact that I wanted all this stuff to be somewhat displayed. I just didn't want everything on its side where all you can see is splines. So there are certain series that, I just couldn't put up here, the Dead Space series, Left 4 Dead, things like that. I mean, they're great series, don't get me wrong, but I didn't have the space for it, and I didn't want it to look kind of generic, if you understand what I'm saying. But as you can see, if we step back on how this just looks so much better than a wall of NES games that I'm not going to get around to playing. This looks so good. We'll kind of give you an overview of how it all turned out. I wanted to kind of group everything as best as I could. Some things are a little sporadic, but that's to be understandable with something like this. So as you can see on the first shelf, it's all Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy. That's awesome. Collector's edition for the GameStop Special Edition for Resident Evil 4. A lot of people didn't even know I had that. Now they can clearly see it. I do have a couple little figures and toys. I just didn't, really find another place to put them. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them up here. I am most likely going to be raising this Game Boy display up a little bit further, but as for right now, it seems to be okay. Moving down to the second shelf, again, it's all Resident Evil. I mean, that's obviously my main franchise that got me into this, so I got to give a lot of dedication and love to it. Coming down to the third row, this is when things kind of get a little bit more scattered around. As you can see, there's the Silent Hill games, but I didn't have enough to fill an entire shelf. But that's okay. I kind of put some random things in the side to fill it out, and I'm telling you, this is what I want to come in and see in a game room like this versus just those NES games. I'm telling you, a lot of people didn't understand why I did this, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy. This was a whole lot of fun to do, and I'm telling you, I had a blast on it. It's going to be so nice coming in this game room and seeing these games displayed like this. It will change. I'm sure it's an ever-evolving thing. I may change some things around, want some different horror games displayed for a little bit, but as of right now, this is how it is. So coming down to the last floor, or the last shelf down here, just some more random stuff right there. Cold Fear, an amazing original Xbox game. If you've never played that, play it. I'm not sure if it's on PS2, it's possible, but I had it on the original Xbox. It's fantastic. But that's it, guys. That's all I got. The next episode, I'm sure we'll be working on doing something a little bit better down here and a little bit different for the storage. I got to figure out what to do with the DS and whatnot, but this change is for the better. I'm so happy about that. Hopefully you guys can hear that in my voice. this has been so much fun to do, to construct the shelves, to actually make the shrine up and pick out awesome games to put on it. So I'm very happy about that. So with that said, guys, I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode. And as always, everybody out there in this wonderful world, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.